You mentioned in one of your videos about 10,000 steps. Let's talk
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
the tough part. 10,000 steps is hard to get when you're just driving all day. That's just been my goal. I was starting to feel last year sometime just a little lethargic, a little not like myself. I'd gained a little bit of weight. People on social media were quick to point that out to me. And yeah, I just decided I wanted to feel a little bit better. So it's hard to eat healthy on the road. I pack as much as I can. And then I walk as much as I can when I get parked for the night, unless it's like crazy windy, miserable out. I try to go for a walk. And even when I'm tarping, sometimes I do more laps around the trailer than I really need to just to make sure I'm moving. I came from food service delivery, so when I was doing that, I was averaging 30,000 steps a day without trying. And it's flatbed is still hard work, but it's a big difference to tarp a load and then get in and drive a whole bunch of miles. And then you realize you haven't even moved for the whole day. So it's tough, but
Yeah.
if you make it a priority, it's okay. It's not so bad.
Yeah. And tell me about when you reset at home, because that was important to me when I came back, did my 34 reset. Do you have any specific formula that you follow when you reset at home, when you try to, recover from the weeks of work?
Yeah, it's tough because sometimes you get on that burnout streak when you don't get a full weekend, and it's just like laundry, clean the house, run the errands, and then get back in the truck and go before you know it. But we try to just relax. We'll try to see friends if friends are home. A lot of our friends are trucking too. And then, go out to dinner, go for a ride, even do something fun. Lately it's been a lot of just 34-hour resets and then back out on the road. So it is nice to get a whole weekend so you can go not be a truck driver for a while.
Yeah. It makes it easier to go out and stay for so many days if you do get a good
Hmm.
rest at home, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me about any crazy stories that happened to you. Do you have anything that crazy that happened to you?
Okay, my tarps got stolen last summer.
All right, tell me about that.
I was I was in Baker, California, and I had never slept there before. I just got my truck washed. I was coming out of California, got my truck washed in Barstow, and I had a weird feeling. I was like, I don't think I want to park here. I misread the weird feeling, by the way. But I was like, I don't think I want to park here. I feel weird about it. So I went up to Baker. There had told me, I used to park there all the time. It's pretty safe. It's no big deal. I learned later that that's not the case, and it was kind of warm. I cooled my truck down. I don't idle overnight if I can help it. And so I cooled the truck down and then I shut it off. I had the windows closed because it was windy. And I woke up at 4 in the morning with just this awful, dreadful feeling in my gut. And immediately I was like, I think I need to check on my tarps. And I'd had just one big granite block on my trailer. And my tarps were strapped on the front. And I looked out the back window and my eyes were trying to adjust. It was dark, and that's probably, why they picked me. But I finally let my eyes adjust and saw that the tarps were not on the deck. And so I just had the worst reaction ever. I went flying out of the truck. I somehow got my flip-flops on, but I didn't manage to get pants on. One of my friends likes to call me Winnie the Pooh now because I ran outside in just a t-shirt and flip-flops. And I went tearing around the truck looking for the bad guys because that was my like fight or flight response. I was going to fight them, but they weren't there anymore. So the tarps were gone. It was my loss. And it was kind of, I worked for a flatbed company before I bought my truck. And they had this policy that you had to chain and padlock your tarps. And, you know, I learned my lesson, I guess, about that. So now they're hidden.